Mark Harper this morning on the BBC sounded perfectly convincing, if he were only speaking for himself. What he said is the RMT unions are holding a series of strikes, and that in order to facilitate negotiations on a new pay deal, they would have to accept some of the reforms being put forward. The system needs to reform if it's going to be possible to pay them. That seems perfectly reasonable. It is the reforms that free up the savings that then unlock the ability for the companies to make an offer to the trade unions to pay. Both of these things need to happen at once. We don't have a bottomless pit of money. Well, he could be saying that if he were just saying that for himself. When we look across at other projects, like, for example, HS2, bottomless pit. When we look outside his ministry to, for example, the Home Office, bottomless pit. And Suella Braverman's failure to get her team to process the applications for asylum means that we are paying a huge amount of money every single day for migrants to be housed in inappropriate conditions in hotels or in detention centres because we haven't got our act together. Get our act together, and then we free up the money that we can then pay to workers to do the jobs, improve the quality of the service that we can then rely on. We cannot rely on a service that is going to be interrupted by strikes all the time. We will find different methods for doing the jobs or simply won't do the jobs. It's very, very simple. Either our government starts putting things together and getting our country running again, or it takes stands and sticks its hands up and holds on to ideology and slogans. It's one of two options: slogans or success. And I'm saying that not as somebody who automatically champions the unions. I'm saying that as somebody who just simply looks at the facts and says, for goodness sake, get your act together. Get your heads together and come up with a solution rather than posturing and sloganizing. Because we've seen it all before. Get your ministries together. That's what's called a cabinet room. Sit down at cabinet and work out where you can actually start making savings and where you can actually start doing your job. Because sitting around doing nothing is doing nothing. And Suella Braverman, why are you not on television explaining all the problems that are being levied at your ministry?